I will first give a brief introduction of our company Uber. Uber was founded in 2009 by entrepreneur Travis Kalanick, began as a smartphone application. It is a transportation network company headquartered in San Francisco, California, United States. It is a pioneer in the sharing economy. Clients request a ride from within the app on the smartphone from their current location. Drivers for this company use GPS or similar navigational technology to locate clients and determine the best route for both retrieving these clients and to deliver them to their desired destinations. A network service is used to arrange the various elements involved in this service. Driver payments and ride matching are instantaneously handled using an optimization algorithm, which is a tool that lists all necessary information, organize it, and sort it accordingly to provide the most efficient use of time and fuel, as well as to make the ride as pleasant as possible for the clients. Real-time ride sharing makes use of seats that are not filled in the vehicle, cutting down on the cost of transportation and lowering the use of fuel. As of today, it has been operating in over 570 cities worldwide. They have different level of service such as Uber Go, Uber Taxi, Uber Eats, Uber Rush, Uber Boats. The purpose of our project is to understand the secret behind Uber's growth and success over such a short period of time by analyzing their business environments and SWOT, and give out our recommendation on the competitive marketing strategy. My team member will present this in details.
As we all know, Uber is suffering in terms of Uber's customer. So ride-sharing market is actually very competitive.
Uber, as a high tech startup founded in 2009, connects the transportation industry with technology by its ride sharing app. It is the highest valued venture backed company in the world as of today. Uber service is available in 470 plus cities in 60 plus countries worldwide, including India, China, South Africa, and Indonesia. Valued at over $51 billion, it is more valuable than the entire US taxi and limousine industries. In spite of the statistics singing success stories, the company evokes a range of contrasting emotions. On the one hand, users love it because it provides a more convenient, easier to use, and often less expensive way to get from point A to point B. On the other hand, the traditional taxi drivers, local governments, and even some Uber drivers are strongly against the practices the company engages in. There are many reasons why users love Uber. It allows a more convenient, easier, and less costly way to reach a location. However, the firm evokes some contrasting emotions too. The local government, traditional taxi drivers, and a small group of Uber drivers are against the practices that the startup engages in. It has, in also recent times, been subject to infighting within the firm itself and also controversies which are political and social in nature. Because of these differing views, Uber should make some changes. Many are raising questions about the company's ability to rule the transport industry in the coming years. A SWOT analysis is the best option in this case to explore the growth of Uber in coming years. It will help us explore the opportunities and threats the company might face. It will also contribute to finding out what the strengths and weaknesses of Uber are. Strengths and weaknesses are internal factors. Uber has control over these elements. Opportunities and weakness are the external factors in SWOT. Uber does not have control over these. However, it must take measures to exploit opportunities and avoid the threats. Some of the strengths that Uber has are that it's a well recognized brand. Has a customer centric view. It has a high standard of service with verified drivers and cars. It is a well-recognized premium brand where there is a trust and safety value between the driver and the client. It has an unlimited fleet of vehicles. Regular taxi service regulations are not applicable for Uber. Uber also has no full-time drivers. As it does not hire drivers, there are no responsibility towards employees, including paying for their health insurance or any liabilities that might arise. Operational cost is quite low. As it relies on customer to driver interaction, it does not require dispatchers or actual physical rental agency locations. Currently, Uber has very little competition. Its only major competitor is Lyft. It's a cashless payment system. It can track and choose highly rated drivers. It has also many features like getting a car easily and having a record of the distance and the time traveled. The system is convenient for drivers, they can work flexible hours and even choose to be part time employees. The prices are lower compared to traditional taxi operators. Uber has high valuation. Many people are ready to invest in it, and it boasts of high-profile investors like Google Ventures and Microsoft. In terms of weaknesses, because of Uber's pricing model, there is a lack of loyalty between Uber and its drivers. There is also a privacy concern as Uber records where clients get the cab and where they get off. Drivers are the face of the organization. Any bad behavior on the part of the drivers reflects badly on the company itself. The idea of Uber is also easily imitable. Nothing will prevent competition from presenting for the same product. The relationship between Uber and its driver has been ethically questioned. It lacks the real connection. The company and its customers have no bonding. There is very little incentive for customers to continue with Uber once they have joined the app. The cost of operating vehicles are very high, but the drivers do not earn so much in return, which has been a point of contention for many of the drivers using Uber. It has a very unpredictable business model. It has also has recent sexual allegations by former employees, which has caused the value market share to go down for Uber. It has also faced a lot of political backlash in the recent times over operating outside JFK Airport during political protests, where other taxi drivers refrained from taxiing passengers to and fro in solidarity with the protesters. It has ineffective human resources during crisis where its infighting became evident to the public and the media. The business model that Uber has, it mismatches the cost of operating vehicles and the driver's earnings. Other companies are currently testing self-driving cars with quite a lot of success, and the speed at which the success is going might prove a challenge for Uber with its driver-based model. In terms of opportunities for Uber, the customers are often dissatisfied with traditional cab companies because of its high prices and long waiting time. Uber still has this advantage in terms of being readily available to the user at all times in the day. It can exploit new and big market in countries like India where taxi services are inconvenient and expensive. It can tap growing markets in suburban areas and small towns where taxi services are not readily available. A rise in number of Uber drivers will reduce the estimated time of arrival. This will make Uber more liked. The startup will get more revenue and drivers will be profited as well, increasing loyalty. Uber can also increase its valuation. This might appeal more to investors. Cheaper electric cars can be used by Uber. It will reduce the cost and increase the driver's profit margin. It can also offer additional services like transporting older patients to hospital, transporting children to school, and transporting pets to the vet as alternative modes for convenience for its passengers. Uber can also participate actively in social engagements to improve its brand image and as a damage control to the recent controversies that it has been facing. It can also start using a reward system for frequent users for them to continue being loyal to Uber. It can also expand a range of vehicles options for different price points so that many users have different ranges to choose from and they are not limited or restrained by Uber's current price model. In terms of continued threats that Uber faces are that it has multiple lawsuits in multiple countries because of tiffs with the taxi companies and traditional transportation models and accusations of Uber eating into their profits. Drivers aren't happy with low profit margins. This has led to bad publicity for Uber, and this has also discouraged some new drivers from joining Uber. New every new country that Uber goes to has new legal regulations that Uber has to go through, and countries like Germany have banned Uber from operating. It also faces problems with local authorities and has been subject to heavy fines. This is bad public relations. Also has increased competition, which will decrease its prices. This has been discouraging drivers from joining the startup in new markets. As new markets and drivers are joining, frauds and scandals are also increasing, which is also damaging to the brand. Google cars have been testing self-driving cars, which might in the near future eliminate the need for Uber. There is also a risk of overvaluation, which can lead to overinvestments in location where there is no room for businesses of a similar type. There has been accusations that that current Uber model has a sexist and biased work environment leading to discontent among employees. This needs to be rectified on an immediate basis for it to survive in an industry. There is also imbalance and infighting amongst upper management, which reflects poorly on the management of the company itself. It has a low quality of work culture and ethical malpractices, which, if left unchecked, might damage the company. With the fast-changing landscape of transportation, especially in the US, Uber's business model needs to be upgraded constantly to stay ahead of the trend. It has the threat of becoming redundant if it's unable to cope with the changing in transportation trends. From the SWOT analysis, we can conclude that to maintain its competitive strategies, SWOT, Uber has to maintain its competitive pricing. It has to strengthen its relationship between company and drivers, as well as company and its customers. There should be an increase in dialogue on ethical corporate conduct in the workplace, and there should be increased diversity too. There is an immediate need for improving office culture and inclusive workplace practices that are ethically bounding. The Uber should also improve and take active participation in social initiatives to be a more socially conscious and ethical organization.
First of all, we will discuss the marketing goals. So for the marketing goals for Uber, it must include the specific marketing situation and SWOT analysis in order for Uber to keep becoming successful. So for Uber to have a successful marketing goals, it must have two specific parts to have the successful organizational mission statement along with performance goals. So the first of all, we will discuss the mission statement for Uber should be as follows. It's to provide every American a safe ride to their destination efficiently, timely, and safety in order to provide an overall quality experience. So this mission statement provides the core value that Uber wants to instill in the American customers. They want to promote safety because safety comes first, and our customers want to make sure they are getting to where they need to in safe condition. The American customers want to feel at ease and have the access of what they can identification as freedom in market their own choices. And the second one, we are coming to the performance goals.
So the performance goals for Uber should be outlined very simple and very plainly. It should use their goals on getting the customer to their destination quickly and safely. In all cases, this is embedded in the mission statement as well. In the marketing, Uber must be able to find out where and when their target audience will come from in generally. And right now, Uber's target audience has no limit. Even though Uber does not have driver employees, they must set some, kind of performance goals in order to make sure that they can improve their process. So overall, the performance goals of Uber are very limited. However, with the use of service, they may be able to catch on how their performance go through the year. So there are 5 factors that will influence marketing goals. The first one will be the political factors. So we all know the government has tried to shut down Uber for, all over the world for the fact that letting anyone drive customers under a law for employment without training is unlawful. So the government has argued this case many times. However, people that do drive taxis do not necessarily holding a taxi driver's license, making them be able to operate a vehicle. As long as the driver have a valid driver license, they can be operated under any state to work for Uber, along with passing a background check. So the political factors regularly influence Uber's goals. And the second factor will be the economic. Since Uber has started, the unemployment has increased dramatically for the fact that Uber offers jobs to drivers that just need part-time work for flexible hours. Like, if you are a mom, you can be a part-time drivers and pick up your kids in the kindergarten anytime. And also the drivers may have the options as well to continue to be a full-time employees as well. So this has helped the economy with unemployment by 70%, marketing it Uber's GDP in order to become competitive with other companies that may be in hiring freezes. And the second one is come to the society factors. So Uber marketing continue to increase through the communities it once did not have access to taxi transportation. So taxi transportation was never able to suburban areas where Uber is now available to all suburban communities in order to utilize Uber. So Uber's target their audience by marketing their brand on the social life, as most of the requirement for the transportation come from 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. So studies shows their requests are from people after a night out on the town, or the people need a ride from a flight that has just landed. So I think the social factors might be the most important one for the Uber. And the fourth one would be the technology factors. So Uber will, depends on the technology advances and strengths on the smartphone. We all know that we will use applications to order the Uber. So Uber is all smartphone users. Therefore, using the Uber app make it easier for driver and customers to do what they need to whenever they find it's necessary in all cases. And if the technology was not available like it is today, Uber would not be in the business, for a long time. And Uber successfully and the marketing rate depends on the technology that Uber must employ in the customer service of efficiency of the driver and customer. So the last factor is the legal factors. The legal factors regarding the service is the fact that government will try and shut down Uber, claiming that drivers do not have the license to perform duties as would taxi drivers would, have in all cases. So taxi drivers have specific license called the Class C. So Uber will use this to do the background check. Then we come to the Uber's marketing objectives. We all know Uber was initially launched in 2009 in the USA, California, San Francisco as a ride-sharing company. So they created a mobile application with a basic idea to connect people who need a ride with the nearest available drivers. So Uber applications provide a service and they did not operate their own cars, but they will make a contact with the private cars who are willing to ride and register with their as Uber's partner. So for more convenience, the driver can create their own hours depends on their time and also they will earn a high fee rate too. So for the marketing objectives, first of all, Uber has different type of cars to fulfill the different customers' lifestyle. For example, Uber released a new function called carpool recently, which means that you could share a car with others and the price is lower than the normal rate. Especially, when you get off the work, the carpool function is really, really good. And for the Uber, they also focus on the fare rate that they have set their goals as always cheaper than the traditional taxis. But their drivers are still earning more than other taxi drivers, so it may make other competitors it's hard to compete with Uber. And also, Uber have a plan to increase Uber's partner and increase repeat and new customers by entire to new marketplaces. They expand their business by partnership strategies, and they do not own the taxi cars because they use a low-cost model to keep a large. So for overall, the Uber's marketing objectives will, bring Uber become more successful in the future.
Uber's marketing strategy can be divided into 7 steps. First, early adopter advocacy. Uber knew at the beginning that the people live in Silicon Valley are more willing to accept new things and they can interact continually with those high-tech communities. Word of mouth marketing has been essential for Uber's marketing strategy. They sponsor tech events, providing free rides and general driving awareness among this audience. Second, referrals. Everyone with an Uber account can share the code with others and get bonus by doing so, which give old and new account a more incentive reason to choose Uber. To this day, referrals are an integral part of Uber's marketing strategy. Third, reviews. One big difference between Uber and traditional taxis is that Uber has a rating system for both drivers and passengers. Drivers need to maintain their rating so passengers will choose them. The system increases trust in Uber to make sure the goodwill of both driver and passenger. 4. Stunts. Uber has done a great job with stunts. Sometimes the service delivers kittens to office and other times it lets passengers ride with famous musicians like Diplo or Mad King. These exciting surprise and delight tactics work very well with those loyal customers. Other competitors don't have such marketing strategies. Fifth, partnership. Uber has implemented a number of partnerships to attract both first-time and loyal customers to use the app. Capital One credit card holders can get discount when using Capital One credit card. Starwood Hotel Preferred Guest members can earn hotel points for every trip they take. Spotify users can link their profile to Uber account and play the music they like when they take Uber. You can also see there are a lot of Uber stations at the entrance of a hotel like MGM Grand in Las Vegas. All of those partnerships add more fun, rewards, and convenience to the customers. 6. A loyal program. If a customer has taken over 100 rides through Uber, they can become VIPs. They will have access to the highest rated drivers, and this loyalty program has been implemented for 2 years. The VIPs are proud of the fact that they are important. Last but not least, an omnichannel approach. The most important way that Uber uses is that it gives customer a brand new feeling of using taxis. By using Uber, customer can play through the app. They can get a better car through mobile app and can do driver rating by the same way. Moreover, Uber started cooperate with Facebook, which allow customers to get a car through in-app messaging. Uber has also set up some kiosks in certain cities, which allow people to get a car even if they feel drunk. Uber also launched more related apps. For example, if you want to order food delivery, you can use Uber Eat. For goods delivery, you can use Uber Rush. Uber Health can deliver flu shots, and Uber Events can transport customers from home to event. These marketing strategies have gone beyond your imagination. Uber uses this unbelievable technological marketing strategy to attract new and loyal customers to use their app.
To maximize the return on marketing plan, there need to be evaluation and controls in place to monitor the plan's progress, and this will help Uber develop effective performance measurement. Evaluation and controls is mainly divided into 4 parts. I will go through each part very quickly. Okay, the first one, customer feedback. Uber is a service specialized company. One control put into place in Uber's marketing plan is the monitoring of customer feedback. You can reach customers indirectly by real-time feedback. That allows Uber to respond quickly. Second one, target market sales. Target markets for Uber are those who do not own a car, do not want to drive himself to a party, or who want a cost-efficient cab. Uber also tries to touch hearts of people by offering special services like Uber for Kids, Uber for senior citizens. Senior citizens make for up to 30% to 40% of total rides in many cities. The third one, budgeting. A marketing budget is a balance between the cost of advertising and the revenue created by the marketing plan. All of these costs need to be closely monitored to minimize spending and maximize profitability. It's no surprise that Uber is growing or that it's losing money. What's surprising is the magnitude of both. The last one, market share. Uber, the riding-share company everyone loves, had the highest brand awareness when compared to any of its competitors. Nationwide, Uber has 80% of the market share. We maintain that Uber's lead is simply too great to overcome and that Lyft has lost the US market.